Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Pretty strong line of thunderstorms across northern lower Michigan. What are the chances that it actually reaches here?
Protests turned violent at the G20 summit. Police and protesters clash as President Trump and other world leaders arrive in Hamburg.
But first, a mother devastated after her 8-year-old child dies after going into cardiac arrest, and police say alcohol poisoning may be to blame. Thanks for joining us for the news at 5. All day long, family have been gathering at a house on Detroit's east side, grieving this tragedy.
Here's what we know right now. Medics responded to a report of a sick child at this home on Conley Street. That was about 1:30 this morning. He was rushed to the hospital, but that's where he died. Jason Colthorpe has been talking with family members today. Have they been able to figure out whether this was just an accident, Jason?
That's exactly what they're trying to figure out. The family members I talked to aren't sure right now. They're not quite sure what happened. We know this boy was staying at his grandmother's house, and we know his mom wasn't there. She was working at her job, the overnight shift. We also know today was supposed to be a fun day for this family. All the kids were going to airtime, and unfortunately now this mother, who is completely distraught, has to plan a funeral for her 8-year-old son. A playful 8-year-old boy who, judging by his mom's Facebook page, was the center of her world. He was at his grandmother's house on Conley Street last night when somehow he got a hold of a drink with alcohol. When he got sick, EMS was called. The boy was rushed to the hospital where he fell into cardiac arrest and died.
If something like that were happen to my kids, I wouldn't know what to do.
People on this street today are feeling for the family involved.
It's a quiet neighborhood, so, everybody keeps to themselves. Everybody keep their thoughts to themselves, and things like that. But if you have children, this has to touch your heart somehow.
Police now investigating to see if this was indeed alcohol poisoning, and if so, if it was just an accident.
Some parents, they, if they're doing their thing at home, that's fine, but to have alcohol and everything around kids is just completely unacceptable.
Now some unanswered questions here. Police taking this investigation slow. They think tomorrow's going to tell a lot and answer a few questions. That's when the autopsy should be completed and they'll know exactly how this little boy died. In Detroit, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
This is an awful situation. All right, Jason, but now let's get to a question that we've been hearing a lot surrounding this story.
Yeah, why do young children have such a severe reaction to alcohol? Here's Dr. Frank McGeorge.
Children react very differently to alcohol than adults, and it's much more dangerous for them. First of all, their immature livers can't process alcohol as well, so even a small amount has a greater effect. Now, alcohol also causes very serious drops in blood sugar in children, making them even more likely to feel faint, blackout, or even have a seizure. And then on top of that, in children, the alcohol itself produces a serious decrease in breathing and a dangerously low blood pressure. Add all that together and you can see why alcohol is so dangerous for kids.
And Dr. McGeorge also says children are more likely to throw up if they get intoxicated, and that can also lead to choking.
Well, the heat has cranked up quite a bit over the last 24 hours.
You're right, and we all know when it gets this hot, rain and storms could be on the way. Let's get over to Ben. And anything popping up on radar yet, Ben?
There is some stuff out there, Kim, but the one thing we're lacking is moisture. Even though we got the heat out there, the dew point's still in the 50s, so this is pretty dry air, especially in our north zone where we've had some of the higher temperatures. You can see that the moisture is actually higher in the northern part of the state, and that's where those thunderstorms have been rolling through. This line of storms now rolling into Lake Huron. It's possible that this could extend a little bit further south and maybe brush our north zone as we get into the evening, but that is a slim chance. Further back to the west, really nothing has had any luck getting going in the afternoon hours. So for most of us, it is going to be a pleasant evening. Temperatures falling into the mid-70s. Just that possibility of a north zone thunderstorm as we get into the evening. A lot of us would trade pleasant for some rain right about now, and we'll see if we can get any in the 7-day forecast. Coming up, Devin.
All right, Ben, let's get to the breaking news now that we've been following this afternoon from Europe. A large-scale protest turning violent today in Hamburg, Germany, as President Trump and other world leaders arrive for the G20 summit. There is, of course, a massive police presence and a tense few days. Jay Gray has the latest from Hamburg.
Thousands of protesters spilled into the streets of Hamburg, locked in a tense showdown with police who used tear gas at times to try and control the angry crowd. More than 100,000 demonstrators have joined more than 24 world leaders here, targeting the G20 summit and at times the American president.
We are here to tell him to leave and that he's not welcome.
President Trump was welcomed for a one-on-one meeting this afternoon by German Chancellor Angela Merkel. The two leaders have a tense relationship on issues ranging from climate change and immigration to Mr. Trump's demand that European nations contribute more to the NATO Defense Fund.
America loves Poland.
The president began his European trip in Poland, addressing a huge and very friendly crowd. Some of the loudest cheers coming as he discussed Russian involvement in the region.
We urge Russia to cease its destabilizing activities in Ukraine and elsewhere.
Russia continues to be a central theme for the president, today acknowledging what U.S. intelligence agencies have been reporting for months, that Russia did interfere in the 2016 presidential election.
I agree. I think it was Russia, but I think it was probably other people and/or countries. And I see nothing wrong with that statement.
In none of his statements today did Mr. Trump refer to Vladimir Putin by name on the eve of his first face-to-face meeting with the Russian president. This is the line of demarcation. Protesters on this side, police on the other, and both sides vowing not to move anywhere. These protesters, demonstrators saying they want to make sure their message is heard here. Jay Gray, NBC News, Hamburg, Germany.
They are face-to-face. All right, Jay. By the way, when President Trump meets with President Putin, it won't be just the two of them. Reports say there will be 6 people in the room. That will also include Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, and 2 translators.
Floyd Galloway Jr., the person of interest in the Danielle Stieslicki case, appeared today in a Livonia courtroom. Galloway is charged with sexually assaulting a jogger back in September at Hines Park. And as he faces those charges, we're learning police from across Metro Detroit are exploring any possible links he may have to other unsolved cases. Let's get to Sean Lay live tonight. And Sean, the spotlight definitely on this guy.
That spotlight is white hot right on Floyd Galloway Jr. Look, he was back in court today for the Hines Park situation that he is facing charges on. It was a brief hearing, but make no mistake, there are plenty of police agencies looking right at Floyd Galloway.
Floyd Galloway remains the key person of interest in the heartbreaking case of Danielle Stieslicki, the Farmington Hills young woman who has been missing now since last December.
And you wish to waive that right in order to have your counsel be prepared for this hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Galloway is in court today, however, charged with the brutal rape attempt of a jogger at Hines Park last fall in Livonia. Livonia police recovering physical evidence from that attack. Police in Farmington Hills investigating the Stieslicki case say they worked with Livonia police to come up with Galloway as the Hines Park suspect. It's believed that DNA is a huge part of the Hines Park case, but details of the case remain sealed by a judge. The question tonight is, with Galloway in custody, have investigators in the Stieslicki case spoken to him since his arrest?
No. Everyone knows everyone's phone number, so we're doing our job, and I'm sure they're doing theirs.
There's more. The focus on Floyd Galloway has never been more intense. Local 4 has learned that multiple police agencies are checking to see if unsolved attacks and sex crimes could be linked to Galloway. Livonia has checked out Galloway on 3 of those cases. So far, investigators have not tied him to any new cases.
So, Sean, is there any reason why details are being sealed in this case?
Entire case is all sealed up. The prosecution, Kimberly, asked a judge to seal the case. She agreed to seal the case. What the prosecution explained more today is that they're worried about possible witness intimidation in the case, although there hasn't been any yet. We also want to point out that Galloway is not charged in any way right now in the Stieslicki missing case.
Right. So what comes next, Sean?
Yeah, he'll be in court. Today was a video session with him. He's going to be brought back to court in Livonia to face charges in a hearing in the Hines Park attack. And that's going to happen on August 1st. My sources are telling me if that does happen on August 1st, if nothing changes here, a lot more detail is expected to come out during that hearing. Of course, we'll have it covered for you.
All right, Sean, thanks.
Now developing right now, a 29-year-old Detroit man has now been formally charged with the murder of his pregnant girlfriend.
Willie Wilborn was arraigned on one charge of first-degree murder a short time ago. Police and prosecutors say last week Wilborn and 24-year-old LaDiamond Myers got into a domestic dispute at the West Side Detroit home they shared. They say at some point Wilborn struck Myers in the head, killing the expecting mother of 4. All right, now to a Local 4 update. As Marysville police have now released a photo of a 2-year-old who's been missing now for 3 days. Jaden Harris was last seen with his parents, Scott and Crystal Harris. The parents took off with Jaden because Child Protective Services has a court order to remove him from the family home. They're believed to be driving a white Chevy Monte Carlo. If you know anything, call Marysville Police. An important milestone reached today in the fix for the Fraser sewer collapse. New here at 5, what's starting to happen at the site and why there's still a long way before things finally get back to normal. Hank?
You may think you found the perfect family pet, but buyer beware. Police putting out an urgent warning, a scam leaving some people heartbroken and without their money. All right, hey, but first, not so fast. Why one of Detroit's oldest, most iconic stores may not be leaving town. Next.
Critics. New at 6.
Only on Local 4. Come this way, take a look. Bold burglars breaking in on the West Side, ripping out security alarms. Neighbors here are fed up.
If they're this bold at 16 and 17, and that's how old the police say they are, then what are they going to do at 20 and 21 years old?
This time, they were caught on camera. I'll show you their every move.
Plus, police are called to a Detroit neighborhood, and a tense situation turns shocking.
She panicked, and to save his life, she tasered the cop.
New at 6, how a traffic stop ended with a stun gun used on an officer.
Now here at 5, Henry the Hatter may not be moving out of Detroit after all. The iconic shop's owner, Paul Wasserman, announced last week, of course, the store was closing because it was losing its lease. But since then, Wasserman says several real estate brokers have reached out to him offering space to lease for the oldest hat retailer in the United States. The store on Broadway is going to close August 5th, but Wasserman now hopes to quickly move into a new location somewhere in the city.
Help me, Hank. Scam alert now. A new way to pull on your heartstrings and get to your wallet. Scam artists using your love for man's best friend to rip you off. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is at the dog park tonight with what you need to look out for, Hank.
And Kimberly, a beautiful night here, although not a lot of dogs, just a few pups out here with their owners. And this message, this story, are really going out to those right now in the market to buy a new dog. Those of you that may be looking online for a puppy, well, police have a warning for you. They get you with photos like these, sweet, adorable, lovable puppies looking for a forever family.
When you pull on people's heartstrings when it comes to puppies, it's part of their family. So they go online, they find these pictures, and then they're immediately attached or hooked to this puppy that they believe is going to be theirs.
Canton police now putting out the warning about this new scam. They're investigating 4 cases already of people giving money to these out-of-state websites in exchange for a puppy to call their own.
The individuals will then contact them and give them an initial amount of money, and then they'll call back and ask for a little more and call back and ask for more for a different crate or different shipping. And in the end, the individuals never receive their puppy but have lost out on thousands of dollars.
A major red flag, being asked to wire money for payment through MoneyGram or a prepaid Green Dot card.
Once that money is out, it's very hard to track where that went.
I think it's horrible.
Dan Lemieux and his family adopt rescue dogs, including 5-month-old Hurley. He recommends always seeing the dog in person before spending any money at all.
We know a lot of rescues in the area, and we'll look at the dog, and then we will go see the dog, see if it's a right fit for myself, my wife, and the kids. And then if it is, then we adopt the dog.
Canton police say do your research on the business. Do an online search with the business name and look up any reviews or complaints written by other people.
A lot of the sites that are being used currently, as soon as you enter them into the search engine, it immediately comes back that this is a scam and that people will write their reviews on why it's a scam and what happened to them. So just do a little extra homework.
back out here live, we do have some information, tips from the Humane Society. If you are in the market to add a furry friend or a dog to the family, first of all, ask to see documentation that the breeder is in fact registered. Ask for the puppy's medical records or the vaccination history. Also, visit that breeder in person if possible. I know some breeders are out of state, but it's always a good idea to see what conditions the puppies are living in and ask for references. Check out those who purchased puppies from that breeder and see how they're doing. We're live here tonight. Kimberly Devin, back to you.
Really important tips, Hank, because you can get wrapped up in those cute little pictures of puppies. I'm wondering, though, have police been able to make any arrests and shut down any of these puppy scammers?
They certainly have, Kimberly. They have made arrests recently. Unfortunately, they see new fake breeders popping up online, just working to take your money. So it's always good just to do your homework, especially with such an emotional, important purchase like a dog.
Yeah, they are cute. Okay, Hank, thanks.
Back to you.
Some breaking news just into our newsroom on comedian Bill Cosby. He is going to be retried now in November. A judge ruled a short time ago jury selection is going to begin on November 6th. You'll recall, of course, last month the judge declared a mistrial. Jurors failed to reach a unanimous verdict. We were waiting for word on whether there would be a new trial, and that's where it's headed. He is accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in 2004.
I don't mean to make it sound like we're never satisfied with the forecast.
But do it anyway.
Give it a shot.
But it's been great, but we do need the rain.
It is dry.
Yeah.
You know what? When we were putting the forecast together, it just kept going. There were chances and chances and chances, but they're all about this big, which is what you get this time of year. Let's start out with the drought monitor. The new one came out this week. No change from Michigan, so we are still the driest part of the state. Mainly our west and south zone are where we're having the issues, and it's what we call abnormally dry. That's the pre-drought category. We need to step up another to get into a technical drought, which thank goodness so far we're not in. But we do have chances of thunderstorms, no matter how slight, they are there. Right now we're sort of sandwiched in between two systems. We showed you this line of thunderstorms rolling into the lake. There's a little bit more development out towards Traverse City, but the actual cold front that is going to sweep through here tomorrow is showing some development up there towards the very end of Lake Superior. There's a chance that could get to us overnight, but again, not everybody's going to see wet weather if those storms are actually able to hold together all the way down their trip down the state. 85 is where we're at right now at Metro, and you saw those clouds on the east side. That's keeping temperatures just a little bit cooler, and we've got some of our warmest numbers up towards Flint and Lapeer, 88 up there. Heat index is matching the air temperature. We really don't have a whole lot in the way of humidity right now. That will start to increase a little bit, at least to noticeable levels tonight. So we'll go through some multiple chances here. Again, possible we could get brushed in our north zone in the evening hours. This is going to be just around sunset. That is a very small chance. As we go overnight, you see those thunderstorms coming down from Lake Superior, 3, 4 in the morning. If they hold together, still a big if, we could see some development then. Right now, I don't think that we'll see any severe weather. Those storms should weaken considerably as they make their way down here, and they'll be gone by sunrise. We get a morning break, and then in the afternoon when the actual cold front comes through, the models are hinting at maybe a shower or a rumble of thunder. But again, that's a slight shot. A lot of us are going to get through the entire next 36 to 48 hours with nothing. And we've got a dry weekend ahead. Once we get to the end of Sunday, you can see another little disturbance trying to make its way down here. In the afternoon, we got a small shot, but you know, at this point, small shot's better than nothing. 68 is where we're going tonight for lows. Again, the thunderstorm possible first in our north zone and then overnight area wide as we get closer to sunrise tomorrow morning. High temperatures, because of that late passage of the cold front, will be very similar to what we saw out there today. We'll call it mid 80s here in our metro zone, 86 in the city. South zone temperatures anywhere between about 81 in Onstead, 83 in Blissfield. West zone numbers, cold front coming through a little bit earlier here, keeping high temperatures at least at Fenton and Clarkston right around 80 degrees. And in our north zone, will be some 70s up here in Sanilac County, but the majority of us will be in the low to mid 80s north of M59. Weekend looks spectacular as far as temperatures go. We see that humidity drop again. Temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s for highs. 80s do come back next week, and there you see it. We've got lightning bolts in there for a majority of that forecast.
But
man, a lot of us are going to skip through the whole time and not see a drop.
Stay dry.
Unbelievable. All right, Ben. Well, as the summer continues to heat up, parents want to keep kids busy. Why they'll have twice as many places to play in Detroit starting on Monday.
But first, they didn't bust out a window or break down the door. The bizarre way thieves ransacked this liquor store. Next.
And it's your time to make your vote count when it comes to your favorite local businesses. Our annual Vote for the Best competition is officially underway. That means you can vote for all the local businesses you love and help them win our Vote for the Best honorees. Just go to clickondetroit.com. You'll see the contest right there on the home page, and voting ends on August 13th. Good luck.
Police need your help finding two thieves who broke into a liquor store on Detroit's west side.
It happened at Bond's Express Liquor Store on Grand River in Winslow. Police say it appears the thieves got in through the back wall using a sledgehammer. It's unknown at this time what, if anything, was taken from the liquor store. A nonprofit student group is suing Macomb County Community College.
The group Turning Point USA says the school's policy of requiring permission for public speech violates their First Amendment rights. The lawsuit challenges the school's policy on expressive activity and was filed in district court yesterday. Macomb Community College has not commented yet on the suit. A major partnership between Mayor Duggan and the superintendent of the Detroit Public School District means good news for kids across Detroit.
Starting Monday, these schools will all be open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. They will be open as recreation centers, so you'll be able to come in, use the gym. There'll be arts and crafts, outdoor play area. You'll have a safe place to go and have the children have an opportunity to play.
Well, under the new partnership, Detroit kids will have more than twice the number of rec centers offering free activities across the city during the summer. The initiative officially kicks off on Monday.
New at 5:30.
Prescription for death. This Michigan doctor sent to jail for the death of his own wife. Transforming blight. A father and son team have come up with a very cool use for vacant lots in Detroit.
Crews got a big delivery today in Fraser. They say sewage will once again be flowing underneath 15 Mile, and they have a date.
It's dinner time. Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
A critical milestone reached in fixing the Fraser sinkhole mess, but there's still a long way to go before everything will be back to normal. Good evening. It has been 194 days since that underground sewer started collapsing on Christmas Eve.
And since then, crews have been on the site day and night working to demolish damaged houses, putting in temporary sewer lines, clearing the way for the new line to be put in.
And the new pipes for the sewer line have started to arrive on site to be put in place.
Let's get to Jamie Edmonds live in Fraser tonight. Still a lot of work to be done, though, in spite that long list, Jamie.
Still a lot to be done, that is true, Devin, but this was kind of a milestone day. They got the delivery of the pipes. They say they're on budget for the $75 million repair, and they're on schedule, and they have a date when this thing will be fixed.
1, 2, 3, over!
It was a milestone day for those working on the area of the collapsed sewer line in Fraser. The pipes have arrived.
It is very, very strong. It is high tech. It is state of the art for the industry.
They're called Hobas pipes, 9 foot 2 inches in diameter, 20 feet long, 7,000 pounds. Right now, 14 of the 199 have been delivered. Crews plan to start installing them on August 1st.
We are going to, first of all, be relining a portion of the interceptor that is not yet collapsed. And then, of course, the collapsed interceptor. So for a total of 4,000 feet of pipe.
Since the sinkhole was discovered on Christmas Eve, 3 homes have been condemned, and work has been ongoing in the trench deep below the street. Crews have installed cement and steel beams to reinforce the area. Once crews install the pipes, they believe sewage will once again flow here by Labor Day.
So we know that this community is never going to have another sinkhole. It's not going to happen. We're going to fix this thing and fix it right.
The residents of this area have been so patient and so accommodating and understanding of what's going on, and we really appreciate it. And I think they appreciate the work and the effort that's going into making sure that this doesn't happen again.
And they say patience is a virtue. Of course, these businesses along 15 Mile have been affected for almost 7 months. The neighborhood just across the street as well. We talked to residents today who just didn't want to be on camera, but they're frustrated. They say, hey, we'd like to sell our house, but who's going to buy it right now? Back to the officials, they say this thing will be fixed. These pipes, life expectancy, 200 to 300 years. Live in Fraser, Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
Yeah, all right, Jamie, but boy, puts it in perspective. Think back to last Christmas. All right, breaking news now.
Sky 4 over the breaking news situation in Romulus. Backups at the I-275 and I-94 interchange because of a flipped semi. Take a look. This is actually on the ramp going from southbound 275 to westbound 94. No reports of injuries, but traffic is slow going. We'll let you know when that situation clears up.
An investigation is underway after a deadly shooting on Detroit's east side.
The shooting happened overnight on Madeline Avenue near 7 Mile and Gratiot. The man's body was found around 8 this morning, but police believe he was left there overnight. No word yet on what led to the shooting. If you happen to know anything, please call Detroit Police. Across Michigan tonight, stories from Midland County and a story affecting folks living along the Lake Erie shoreline.
Let's start this roundup, though, in Sheboygan, which is where a 76-year-old former doctor is serving a 5-month jail sentence in connection with the death of his wife. Jerome Swadara was originally charged with murder last year after his wife died after taking several prescribed pills in a, quote, grossly negligent manner. That death was ultimately ruled a suicide. Swadara pleaded no contest to involuntary manslaughter. As part of his sentence agreement, he has agreed to give up his medical license. He's also agreed to 18 months of probation after his release.
And over in Midland County, FEMA is making a visit. The agency will be there deploying damage assessment teams to inspect the effects of the widespread flooding last month. Midland County Emergency Management, local government agencies, and the state are working with FEMA. Teams will work 12-hour days to cover the areas with the most significant levels of damage. This will help FEMA and the state determine whether to make a formal request for federal help.
Along the Lake Erie shoreline, the nuclear power plant in Newport released a higher than normal level of chlorine into the lake during a 24-hour time period recently. DTE Energy's Fermi 2 plant released 77 total pounds into the water, 67 pounds more than the 10-pound daily limit. Luckily, the amount was small enough to not have a noticeable impact, we're told, on Lake Erie's water quality. A Georgia woman is arrested and charged today after police say she killed her husband and 4 of their children.
Police got that chilling phone call this morning from Isabel Martinez. When officers arrived to her home in Loganville near Atlanta, they found 4 of Martinez's young children and her husband stabbed to death. A 5th child was also stabbed but survived.
She was happy. She would invite us over to her house, and she would have barbecues every week.
I never really thought anything like this would happen, out here or close.
Despite charging the mother, police are still trying to find a motive.
House Majority Whip Steve Scalise was, of course, critically injured when a gunman opened fire on a congressional baseball practice last month. He is back in intensive care now. In a statement today, MedStar Washington Hospital, where Scalise is being treated, said the congressman is being put back in ICU due to new concerns for infection. The 51-year-old listed right now in serious condition. Scalise staff insist his return to ICU is just a precautionary move.
18 states and the District of Columbia filed suit against Education Secretary Betsy DeVos today over her delay of student loan protections. The lawsuit accuses DeVos of illegally delaying the regulations meant to protect federal student loan borrowers defrauded by their schools. DeVos has not yet commented on that lawsuit, but a spokesperson said she is reviewing it.
We have been blessed with some pretty good weather today.
That is true, but unfortunately that same cannot be said out in western Montana.
Yeah, that's where they got hit with one of the worst earthquakes in that state's history. I want to show you the map of the last 24 hours. You can see there's all kinds of activity in California, but those are small, pretty shallow earthquakes. The big circle up there just off to the northwest of Billings, that's the one we're talking about, a magnitude of 5.8, and it happened just after midnight Mountain Time this morning. No reports of any injuries from that quake. It did damage several stores, knocking over shelves and causing dozens to lose power. Reports say that quake, which lasted for about 30 seconds, could be felt as far away as Washington State, and it was the state's largest recorded earthquake in nearly 20 years. So for all the problems we're having here, we're not cleaning up a bunch of spilled glass on the floor.
The map that you showed, that's a lot of seismic activity that happens every day.
It's
we don't
scary
think much,
if you look at it, but for folks who live out in California, you get those 1 and 2 magnitude earthquakes, and they just happen all the time.
Routine, wild.
Interesting. All right. Thanks, Ben.
Detroit father and son have come up with a pretty wild idea.
Why not turn vacant lots into pop-up libraries? Tonight, our Andrew Humphrey introduces us to the TARDIS Library and how a popular TV show inspired them to do it.
In the city of Detroit, Detroiters like the gentleman you see behind me are turning vacant land into something useful, including space for libraries. The TARDIS Pop-Up Library at the corner of West Warren and Vermont is the brainchild of Daniel Zemke.
I wanted to make this a cool spot for people to check out and to enjoy.
So he and his dad, a carpenter by trade, designed and built it as a nod to his favorite show, Doctor Who. Here's what TARDIS means.
On the TV show, TARDIS stands for time and relative dimension in space, but mine stands for a totally awesome reading dispensary in society.
Anyone can borrow a book from or donate a book to this dispensary for others. And Daniel believes books and reading are awesome because of where they take people.
You can go anywhere that you want. A book holds literary worlds in it. You can be anyone, you can be anywhere.
And some people are transported back in time.
I found I Am a Bunny by Richard Scarry. I was surprised and happy to see this because I had this book when I was 2.
She's going to read it to her 2-year-old daughter.
This is a surprise. It just kind of landed in this little field, and I think it's fun to find it.
Her friend's 4th grader, whom she's babysitting, agrees.
It's fun. It's nice to have people kind of donating books, to have them there and having them so other people can have them.
Oh, it's an awesome feeling. I get to see families come out to the corner. They're smiling. They're having a good time. They're like, whoa, there's this cool thing out here. It's a great feeling.
So far, there's only one TARDIS here on the west side of Detroit, but who knows? It's gaining in popularity, so you might see one in your neighborhood. That's Tech Time with Andrew Humphrey, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Andrew. By the way, they are planning to build 4 additional libraries around the city by August, which is great news.
For some people who aren't maybe interested even in the library part, the fact that it looks like the TARDIS from Doctor Who will have a lot of visitors coming out for pictures. Really cool. Safe to say 2 Indiana neighbors are not on each other's Christmas card lists.
New here at 5:30, what got these guys so angry they pulled out guns and started shooting.
Preventing the flu can be as easy as getting a flu shot, but is a fear of needles scaring you off? Ahead in Good Health, I'll show you how a new alternative could be a perfect solution.
All right, Doc, but first, a massive explosion at a college as a security camera rolls. Why this blast caused much more than damage to just one building. Next.
Beautiful paint.